Y... mejor me voy saliendo ya.
The internet is filled with creepy content, but some videos go beyond disturbing. Like this one, for example, captured by Santiago Sanchez. Santiago Sanchez is a real estate broker who showcases homes for sale on his YouTube channel. He's filmed dozens of properties over the years, but one stands out for all the wrong reasons. On June 15, 2015, Santiago posted a video unlike any other. From the start, his usual confidence is gone. He appears nervous, uneasy about what he's about to show.
Me han dicho, no entres, pero si quieres ir a grabarla, puedes grabar el vídeo, pero ten mucho cuidado, no salte de la casa rápido. Casi me voy a atrever a entrar y este es el vídeo.
Standing in front of the house, Santiago explains that the previous owner had warned him not to go inside. The family had reportedly abandoned the home one night without notice, claiming they had endured months of strange, unexplainable events. Since then, the house had remained vacant until they asked Santiago to help sell it. Despite the warning, Santiago proceeds with the walkthrough.
No tenía por qué haber ningún tipo de insectos. Estamos en la cocina. Se puede ver cómo ellos vaciaron toda la cocina rápidamente para irse corriendo. Está todo abierto. No han vuelto por esta casa. Yo no sé qué decir, pero pueden ver todavía pertenencias. Es raro. Esto nunca se lo llevaron. No quiero alejarme mucho de la puerta, la verdad. Oh, esto está horrible, este lado. No sé cómo puede estar tan horrible en poco tiempo. Una de las cosas que noto es que hay un olor que está horrible, como podrido.
Inside, he's immediately hit by a strong, foul odor. The house is relatively new, but the smell is overpowering. In the kitchen, he finds a colony of ants overtaking the sink. According to the owner, there had been random infestations of flies and insects throughout the home, something Santiago finds highly unusual given the property's age and condition. Still, he continues, entering a bedroom that contains a hidden closet. The owner had once told him that the family believed a presence lived inside that space and had kept the closet sealed shut for years. Santiago hesitates, but moves on, growing visibly uncomfortable as he walks through the rest of the house.
Aquí pueden observar dónde estaba el master bedroom, la habitación principal. Pueden ver que todavía hay cosas, pero pueden ver cómo rápidamente cogieron toda la ropa y se marcharon. Pueden ver ahí todas las perchas. Rápidamente sacaron toda la ropa, la cargaron en el coche y desaparecieron. Dejaron bastantes cosas detrás de ellos. Hay un olor extraño, como podrido, en este área de la casa. Este es el otro cuarto. Pueden observar. Todavía hay cosas, pertenencias. Bastante raro. Ahora lo que vamos a hacer va a ser aquí en la pared. Hay unas marcas en la casa, en varias áreas. Es como serían marcas, uñas de alguien que ha raspado, o definitivamente son algo raro, que están rayadas las paredes en varias áreas. Esta es la esta es la parte de arriba. Es extraño, la verdad. Este es el otro el otro, hay ruidos en la casa, puedo decir, hay ruidos. Hay unos ruidos que estoy oyendo, como unos clac, clac. Es muy extraño. Y esto es lo que es la casa. Estas personas estuvieron aquí viviendo unos 2-3 años y me llamaron, dijeron que la tuvieron que abandonar porque definitivamente algo raro estaba ocurriendo. Cuando abandonaron la casa, no la abandonaron a las 2 de la mañana, después de que ocurrió, según ellos, cosas muy raras. Pero bueno, yo he querido venir, grabar el vídeo y ver, un poquito, de todo lo que está ocurriendo en esta casa. Yo no creo, pero bueno, esta es la casa. Es muy, muy interesante. Y mejor me voy saliendo ya de la casa, pero otra vez, si necesitan comprar una casa, siempre miren el historial de las casas. Es muy importante, ¿ok?
Then something happens that stops him in his tracks. While filming a room, a chair in the corner begins to rock back and forth entirely on its own. There's no one near it, no explanation. The movement is slow, deliberate, and deeply unsettling. Santiago tries to stay calm, continuing his commentary about the house, but his voice betrays him. He's clearly rattled. After that moment, he decides to leave. The unexplained chair movement, the overwhelming stench, the sudden infestations and strange markings on the walls have all led viewers to believe the house may be more than just hard to sell. It might actually be haunted. Santiago never filmed there again. And while that might be unsettling for a home you're trying to sell, what if it didn't happen in someone else's house, but in the one you live in yourself? Kaisi is a factory worker originally from Greenland, who recently moved to Denmark in search of a better life. Not long after settling in, he moved into what seemed like an ordinary apartment, quiet, modest, and close to his job. But what he didn't know was that 7 years earlier, a 49-year-old man had been violently attacked and killed just outside that very front door. At first, Kaisi dismissed the strange occurrences in his apartment as signs of stress or fatigue. Items would fall over or appear out of place. Doors would slam shut without any wind or explanation. And then came the knocking. Constant, slow, deliberate knocks on the front door that seemed to echo inside his chest. One afternoon, while alone in the apartment, Kaisi heard odd sounds echoing from one of the rooms. Grabbing his phone, he started recording and cautiously made his way through the apartment. Just as he turned a corner, a door suddenly slammed shut right in front of him. The scare was so intense it quite literally startled a reaction out of him. Both fear and an involuntary, awkward moment caught entirely on camera. The atmosphere quickly shifted from eerie to downright threatening. Kaisi, clearly shaken but still curious, began documenting more of the strange happenings. Just days later, around sunset, the unexplained noises started up again. Determined to prove he wasn't imagining it, he grabbed his phone and began recording once more. This time, a cupboard door creaked open on its own, while his helmet slowly slid across the floor without any apparent force acting on it. The movement was subtle, yet undeniably unnatural. Kesey didn't try to rationalize it anymore. He knew something was wrong. Later that same night, unable to sleep and desperate for answers, Kesey decided to live stream directly from his apartment. On camera, he explained the strange disturbances and how they had kept him awake. As viewers watched in real time, more noises erupted from the next room. He went to investigate, only to witness the drawers of a small cabinet pulling themselves open as if tugged by invisible hands. That was the final straw. Kesey ran from the apartment and bolted down the stairwell. But just as he stepped outside and turned to look up at his window, he froze. There, in the window of his apartment, stood a figure, watching him, silent, motionless. Was this the restless ghost of the man who lost his life there 7 years ago? Or something even darker that now calls the apartment home? It'll remain a mystery. And the same can be said for this next disturbing video. The following footage shows two motorcyclists riding near the heavily guarded borders of Area 51, one of the most secretive military zones in the United States. What begins as a tense encounter quickly escalates into something far more disturbing. The video opens with the two riders approaching a guarded vehicle. Though clearly unwelcome, they continue along the road until they reach a checkpoint, a post marking the absolute limit of civilian access.
Yours are still off. Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh, we got things happening. I know, I am. Yeah.
Put your hands up. I'm not going to tell you again. Right. Turn around. You got him? I'll pat him down. You're going all the way out here.
We're just adventure travelers. We're just adventure travelers.
There's adventure travelers?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Listen, we're going to give you guys a chance, okay? Get on your bikes, out of here. We'll call Lincoln County, and we'll write you each a $750 ticket.
Okay.
We're out of here. Thank you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. Oh my.
As they approach the barrier, the situation becomes increasingly hostile. The guards don't speak, but their body language is clear. Turn around or face the consequences. One wrong move, and it's likely the outcome would have been far more severe. Fortunately, the motorcyclists retreat and leave unharmed, or so it seemed. That video turned out to be the last thing they ever posted. In the weeks that followed, both riders vanished from social media completely. This was highly unusual, as both had been consistently active online for years. Concerned, a fan reached out to one of them via Instagram. To everyone's surprise, there was a reply, but it only deepened the mystery. The message simply read, FDC 6 months. The acronym refers to a federal detention center, suggesting they had been arrested and held without public knowledge. But some viewers aren't convinced. Since that message, there's been total silence. No posts, no stories, nothing. This has led to a wave of speculation. Some believe their accounts were taken over by government officials. Others fear that the video may have captured something they weren't supposed to see, and they've since been silenced. As of today, no one knows their current location. Their disappearance remains unexplained. What also remains unexplained is what you're about to see in this next video. This next video was shared by a woman named Leigh Gans, who claims that something incredibly strange was caught on camera. Something that, years later, still hasn't been explained. The footage comes from her cousin-in-law's daughter, who was just 10 years old at the time. She was filming herself in her bedroom, creating a pretend play video for her YouTube channel. According to Leigh, the channel was focused entirely on toy reviews and imaginative play, completely innocent in nature.
Hola loberistas, hoy estamos en un nuevo video para mi canal y hoy voy a estar mostrando las cositas, tenedores y todas las cositas de cocina que tengo para jugar.
The video begins with the young girl giving a cheerful show and tell of a new toy kitchen set she had recently received. Everything seems normal, just another playful moment being documented on camera.
Bueno, empecemos. Primero tengo este cuchillo, es muy lindo. Pues tengo esto que es como para cortar pizza, creo. ¿Sí? Pues tengo esto, cuchara, una cuchilla filosa. Ahora tengo dos tenedores así. Uno rosita, igual que el cuchillo que mostré al principio. No sé si lo mostré al principio. Y este tenedor amarillo. Pues tener... Se me está cayendo todo. Perdón, se me está cayendo todo. Dos cuchillos amarillos iguales. Después, las tacitas. Tengo esta tacita rosita y esta tacita como fucsia. Huevo. ¿Sí?
But then, something changes. As she continues playing, one of her dolls, positioned behind her, suddenly lifts its arm entirely on its own. The girl freezes, clearly sensing that something is wrong. Within seconds, she turns and bolts from the room in a state of sheer panic. What's even more unsettling is that just moments before the doll moved, one of her toys had already fallen over without explanation. It's as if she could feel that something wasn't right, long before the real scare even began. Now 14 years old, the girl still remembers that day vividly. According to Lei, she avoids rewatching the clip altogether, and anyone who has seen it agrees. It's not something easily forgotten. No strings, no hands, no clear explanation. Just a moment of innocent play that turned into something far more disturbing. But what's even more disturbing is what unfolds in this next footage. At a high school somewhere in Japan, a group of students were enjoying their lunch break when they suddenly heard the unmistakable sound of someone crying coming from inside the school restroom. Curious but unsettled, they were immediately reminded of a well-known Japanese urban legend, Hanako-san. According to the legend, Hanako-san is the ghost of a young girl who haunts school restrooms throughout Japan. Many believe she lingers in the third stall of the girls' bathroom, waiting to appear when someone calls her name. Drawn by the eerie sound, the group hesitantly approached the bathroom. Most of them were too nervous to go inside, but curiosity got the better of them. Just as they were about to leave, a loud bang echoed through the hallway, prompting them to turn back. That's when it happened. The distorted face of a girl suddenly appeared inside one of the bathroom stalls. Her features twisted and unrecognizable, staring straight at them. The students immediately screamed and ran. The video cuts off abruptly. There's no official source for the footage. It surfaced online with no clear origin, adding to the mystery. So, did these students actually catch a glimpse of the infamous Hanako-san? Or is this just another internet hoax designed to feed the legend? You decide. But I'm more curious about what you think. Is this next piece of footage real or fake? On August 13, 2015, a group of friends were driving late at night, making their way down an isolated road when something unexpected happened. Something that left them shaken. The vehicle's dash cam was rolling the entire time, capturing both the eerie event and the group's real-time reaction. While the video lacks much context or background information, the raw reaction from the people inside the car tells you everything you need to know.
Кто стоит, гаишник, что ли? Это что за призрак? Труба! Жесть! Жесть! Пацаны! Давай посадим! Давай посадим! Давай кругаля сделаем, еще посмотрим. Офигеть! Давай открой дверь. Ставь видео, видите? Ставь видео. Снимите. Я ногу вытащу. Ну ладно, я боюсь. Давай, давай. Я сниму. Я боюсь, там сейчас прикинь, ее нет там. Открой окно, сейчас я ногу вытащу. Нога мешает. Давай, быстрее. Сейчас ты должен развернуться. Видео. Давай. Она опять руку сама сейчас испугается. Жесть, что сейчас стало. Жесть!
As the car approaches a bend, a tall figure suddenly appears on the side of the road. It's completely still, dressed in black, and facing the oncoming vehicle head-on. The men inside the car begin shouting in panic. Their fear is immediate and unfiltered. Most disturbing of all, when they turned the car around and came back to the exact same spot, the figure was still there, unmoving, watching. Some viewers have speculated that the group may have been drinking that night. But if that were the case, this moment likely sobered them up fast. Whether it was a person, a prank, or something else entirely, one thing is certain. This was no ordinary roadside sighting. After that night, it's safe to say they probably chose a different road home. Whatever it was, it will remain a mystery, just like what you're about to see in the following video. This next clip comes from a Chinese ghost hunter known as Xiao Long, who regularly live streams his investigations on a popular Chinese streaming platform. In this particular video, Xiao Long and a friend explore an abandoned building, rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a construction worker who tragically lost his life while working on the site.
都能上楼吗？咋的了？我操！我操！刚才看着好像鸡巴干活的。你滚他妈了个逼的！真的。哎，搁哪呀？就那样走过去了。
The investigation had barely started when strange things began to happen. One of the men claimed he saw a figure, someone wearing construction gear, walking through the lobby downstairs. But his friend didn't seem concerned. He brushed it off, and the two continued deeper into the building.
这屋里进不了，进不了，别进！啊！哎！哎呦我操你妈的！啊！哎呦我操！有人！操你妈！这上这全鸡巴那啥！这好个摆驴子呢！ 我操你妈！哎呦我咋来了？我操你妈！厕所里有人！在啊！在哪呢？我操你妈！刚才哎！我操你妈！不对呀！ 你咋的了？你咋的了，李少点啊？我操你妈呀！
Moments later, the same explorer insisted he saw the figure again. His friend, however, remained skeptical, chalking it up to nerves or imagination. Despite the tension rising, they pushed forward. Now, unlike ghost hunters in places like Saudi Arabia who use prayer to protect themselves, some Chinese investigators follow a very different belief. They think that shouting, cursing, and acting aggressive can frighten away evil spirits. And in this case, Xiao Long and his friend were ready to test that theory.
我操你妈！ 我操你妈呀！我操你妈！哎！我操你妈呀！我操你妈！哎！我操！我在那屋！我操你妈！你叫啥？哎我操！ 咋了？操你妈有人那屋！死人了！那屋有人！我告诉你有人！操你妈有人！
出来！有啊，真有人！
哎呦我操我！
你过来！出来！
就是他！
我操你妈！出来！操你妈的！谁？
我操！哎呦我操你！
你过来！
你们过去，我怎么不敢去？
出来！
操你妈谁呀？
是这屋吗？谁？出来！哎！
我操！我操你妈！
你出来！我操你妈的！
门后边是吧？
出来！
As they explored further, one of the men spotted something strange. The silhouette of a person wearing a red hard hat, barely visible behind a doorway. This time, he managed to capture it on camera. Still, his friend refused to believe it was real, until things took a terrifying turn. Suddenly, the building around them seemed to come alive. Loud noises echoed through the halls, as if the structure itself was groaning. In the chaos, one of the men stepped into an unseen hole in the floor and fell. Thankfully, he wasn't seriously injured, and the two eventually made it out of the building and to safety. So what really happened during that live stream? Did they capture undeniable evidence of a vengeful construction worker spirit, or was it all part of an elaborate hoax? You decide. Hoax or not, sometimes you better hope it is, as you see in the following video. Years ago, Tyler Rowe worked at a Kroger grocery store in Powell, Tennessee. During his time there, he noticed something strange, something that happened at the exact same time every morning, without fail.
Freezer's better not rest. Here it comes. Is there a light? Is there a light in here? And there's nothing in here. There's nothing, nobody, anything. It's just open.
According to Tyler, every day at precisely 9:02 a.m., loud banging sounds would come from the warehouse freezer. Moments later, the heavy freezer door would swing open all by itself. But whenever someone went to check, there was never anyone inside.
Here it comes.
What makes the story even more unsettling is that this wasn't a one-time event. Tyler says it happened consistently, almost like clockwork. And apparently, the strange phenomenon didn't stop when he left. Roughly 2 months ago, a woman named Emily left a comment on the original video claiming she currently works at the same Kroger location. She confirmed that the freezer door still slams open and shut on its own, even though the store recently replaced the entire door. According to her, nothing has changed. The noise, the movement, it all continues. And now, the story is gaining attention on TikTok, where more users are chiming in with their own eerie experiences at grocery stores around the country. So what's really going on behind that freezer door in Powell, Tennessee? Is it just faulty equipment or something else entirely? You decide. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. And also, what you make of this next footage, captured by the YouTube ghost hunting channel, The Haunted Side. Lead investigator Patrick and his cameraman Jason set out to explore the infamous Clean Water Demon House in Reno, Nevada. According to local legend, the property has a dark past, multiple deaths, alleged occult rituals, and decades of unexplained activity. As Patrick and Jason begin their investigation, they don't have to wait long before things take a strange turn.
Region.
Ooh, I got dizzy there for a second.
Home. Central.
Oh, it's so cold right here.
Yeah, it just got real cold.
Ooh. Who's in here?
Ambition.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Atlet.
While calling out, "Who's in here?" Patrick unknowingly captures a faint whisper in response. It sounds childlike and simply says, "Me." He doesn't hear it in the moment, but it's chillingly clear on the recording.
Who's in here? What the f? What the f? Footsteps right above us.
Soon after, strange noises begin to echo from upstairs. The team heads up to investigate, unaware that something else is starting to stir on the floor below.
If you walk closer to this machine right here, it'll let us know that you're there. Can you come just a little bit closer? Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Did you see that? After reviewing the footage, we could find no explainable reason that bike should have fallen over, so we decide to regroup and head back upstairs.
Upstairs EVP session. Is there somebody up here with me? Whoa! Dude!
Is that you?
No.
What the f?
As they examine the upper level, several eerie events unfold downstairs. Doors creak. Faint footsteps can be heard, and the air seems to shift. But it's what they don't notice at the time that's most disturbing.
I don't know what it is about that staircase, but it just doesn't feel good. What was that?
What?
Later in the footage, a shadowy figure can be seen standing silently in a doorway. It appears to be watching them. What makes it even stranger is that a second camera filming from another angle shows no one in the spot where the figure appears.
Feel good. What was that?
What?
I don't think that was a shadow. But it was on the other side of that window.
Despite all the movement and noise, there's simply no logical explanation for the shape they captured. Yet, frame by frame, the dark silhouette can be seen hovering just out of reach, always one step behind them.
I'm gonna move the volume down like a smidgen. Just tell me
Okay.
when it's not feeding back like that. Smidgen, just tell me when it's not feeding back like that. What's especially creepy about this figure is it appears there and then a second later disappears from that window.
Unaware of what they're being followed by, Patrick and Jason continue their investigation, but viewers at home can clearly see something else was there the entire time. For the full 2-part investigation of the Clean Water Demon House and more weekly paranormal content, you can find The Haunted Side on YouTube. Just be prepared. You might see things the investigators never noticed. And that's the even scarier part. It happens more often than you'd think, like in this next video. Andy Sauce, known online as Kamasei, was in the middle of filming a casual TikTok video when he caught something that left viewers stunned. In the background of his clip, what appears to be the face of a young girl can be seen peeking out from behind his wardrobe. It's brief, but unmistakable. Her face is pale, still, and watching. Startled by what he saw in the playback, Andy quickly investigated the area behind the wardrobe.
Voy a aclarar algunos youtubers que en esta parte de aquí atrás, en esta parte sí hay un espacio, pero un espacio donde cae mi puño. Y aquí supuestamente fue donde apareció la cabeza. Lo malo que esta huevadita, este troperito aquí es bien pesado.
Not only was there no one there, but in a follow-up video, Andy demonstrated just how narrow the space really is. Too small for anyone, let alone a child, to be sitting or hiding in. The space behind the furniture was completely inaccessible. To this day, no one has been able to explain what appeared in that clip. And despite Andy's efforts to recreate the scene, that face never showed up again. It might be better for him now, but it still haunts him. He can't explain what happened, and a similar story unfolds in the next footage. The YouTube channel Explore With Us is known for venturing into abandoned locations across the US. But among all their uploads, one video stands out as especially eerie, and it was filmed just outside Area 51. The footage begins with 2 explorers navigating the desert landscape. Just a few feet from where they parked, they stumble upon the entrance to a long-forgotten tunnel. The structure appears weathered and neglected, likely untouched for decades. Inside, they find remnants of the past, old tools, rusted equipment, and signs that someone had once worked or lived down there. But as strange as that is, it's not the most unsettling part.
Yeah.
That door just closed by itself, guys.
Yep.
That sucks. The battery dead. Let's get by this part.
While filming deep inside the tunnel, the team captures something they hadn't expected. Strange movement in the shadows, faint knocking sounds, and what some viewers believe to be a disembodied voice echoing off the walls. The moment is brief, but it clearly shakes the explorers. The fact that this tunnel sits just outside the borders of Area 51 raises some serious questions. Was it once used by military personnel? A transport route hidden underground? Or perhaps something more secretive? No one knows for sure what the tunnel was built for, but its proximity to one of the most secure facilities in the US is enough to fuel speculation. Whether it's connected to the government or not, one thing is clear. This is one of the creepiest places ever documented near Area 51. But what do you think? Is this next clip even creepier? Let me know what you think in the comments. This next clip has no known origin. It was reposted online by someone who claims to have stumbled across it with no context, no source, no location, no names. But even without background, the footage speaks for itself. It begins with a group of men standing around an open manhole, staring down with growing concern. According to their comments in the video, they believed they saw something, or someone, moving inside.
Te lo juro que había algo ahí. Nos devolvemos. Créame que yo no los hubiera llamado. Yo hubiera visto algo. Es que yo iba pasando por acá y esa vuelta está destapada. Obviamente no, si es risa, ahí en la parte al... ¡Perro, se lo vio!
The man holding the camera leans in to get a closer look. Then, without warning, a pale, human-like face snaps into view from the darkness below. It's brief, but unmistakable. Eyes wide, expression frozen in place. The sudden appearance sends the cameraman stumbling backward in shock. The face vanishes as quickly as it appeared, leaving nothing but an empty black void below. The group doesn't investigate further. They simply walk away, visibly disturbed. There's no follow-up, no identity tied to the figure in the manhole, and no clear explanation for what they saw. Whether it was a person, a prank, or something else entirely, it's the kind of moment that stays with you long after the video ends, like something pulled straight from a nightmare. If you found those 12 videos unsettling, then brace yourself, because the last one might just be the most disturbing yet. In this short but unsettling video, we see a woman filming inside her home. Everything seems calm at first, until she suddenly mentions hearing something strange outside.
What is that, bro? Dad! 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 I think there's something attacking Shadow! Did you hear that, bro? Oh my god.
As soon as she steps out, loud sirens begin to blare in the distance. They're close, almost too close. She turns the camera toward the street, but there's no clear view of what's happening. No flashing lights, no people, just the sound of emergency vehicles rushing past. There isn't much background provided with the clip, and the original uploader didn't share further details. But some viewers believe the sirens may have been connected to a nearby police search, possibly for someone who had passed right by her home. Whatever the case may be, the timing was unsettling. She heard something. She stepped outside, and the sirens began. Coincidence, or something more? That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.